How's it going, everybody? We have to talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin just broke out of its descending trend, and currently it is hitting new prices never seen before. In this video, we're going to talk about what's going on with the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We're going to talk about publicly traded companies adopting Bitcoin. That's been continuing to accelerate. And Bitcoin this morning just broke out of its downtrend. We were previously talking about this yellow line, how we're kind of stuck in between the 50 MA and this descending trend. And before today, it just kept hitting lower highs. Well, we finally broke this pattern. We are now at a new all-time high. Now what Bitcoin needs to do is hold this previous all-time high of 111,000 as support. And as Bitcoin's hitting a new all-time high, we also have news that spot Bitcoin ETFs have seen inflows of $50 billion. Yesterday was a pretty good day with $215 million of net inflows. And we've been seeing consistent inflows pretty much since the beginning of this month, now reaching $50 billion of net inflows. And only this year, we have seen $18.96 billion of net inflows. IBIT has now reached 700,000 Bitcoin held. It is a matter of time until they reach 1 million Bitcoin locked away. And this is very interesting. This was reported last week. BlackRock now earns more revenue from IBIT than from their flagship S&P 500 fund, iShares Core S&P 500 ETF, on an annual basis. ETH has also been waking up lately, and we may be in prime time for alt season. And in fact, analysts expect ETH to reach 3,000 sometime this week because of its bullish market structure. And looking at ETH, if we can break out of this previous range here, this previous high, if it doesn't turn out to be a resistance, I do think 3,000 is on the horizon. And we would be filling out this pattern as well. Plus the fact that Ethereum just saw a golden cross at the beginning of July, alt season may be about to kick off. Bitcoin dominance may drop, which doesn't mean Bitcoin has to go down. It just means that the rate of the alts going up is more than Bitcoin, leading to Bitcoin dominance dropping, while all these cryptos in reality are going up though. And it isn't just about all the spot Bitcoin ETFs. Bitcoin treasury companies are continuing to crop up, and these companies are continuing to buy Bitcoin at a record pace. And in Q2, these so-called Bitcoin treasury companies acquired a record 159,107 Bitcoin, bringing total holdings to more than 847,000 Bitcoin. And I'll leave that last article down below for you. It also talks about MicroStrategy, but this one goes into recent purchases, recent announcements. Remix Point, we talked about this yesterday. There's a Japanese energy consulting firm. It is now a Bitcoin treasury company. They raised around $215 million, currently holding 1,051 Bitcoin, intending to deploy that entire capital to buying more, with the goal of reaching 3,000 Bitcoin. Also, Sweden's H100 group secured 54 million through financing, currently holding 248 Bitcoin, and planning to direct those funds toward opportunities that are tied to its Bitcoin treasury strategy. Also, Digital X raised 20 million. This is very small, but still worth mentioning. We have Canada's LQWD Technologies saying Monday that they increased their financing to 12 million Canadian, which is 9 million American. The capital will support further Bitcoin acquisitions, and they currently hold 181 Bitcoin. And here I am at bitcointreasuries.net. I will leave this down below for you, but it shows you all of the publicly traded companies and their Bitcoin holdings. We now have 145 publicly traded companies with these Bitcoin strategies. And this number is only going to grow. The amount of Bitcoin held is only going to grow, and the number of Bitcoin on exchanges is only going to continue to sink. These companies are not letting off. They are going to continue to buy Bitcoin, and they are going to continue to make it more and more scarce. Bitcoin is already a scarce asset, and this makes it even more harder to come by. And we are now, I could safely say, we are now at a point in Bitcoin's adoption cycle where it is next to impossible for a retail investor to ever acquire one whole entire Bitcoin. I don't know about you, but I don't have $112,000 laying around. It will only get more and more expensive over time. Don't let these companies take all of the Bitcoin. Continue to accumulate over time, build up your own Bitcoin balance, your own Bitcoin treasury, because as the cycles progress, it will be that much harder for you to acquire Bitcoin. As the price goes up, as the scarcity increases, you definitely want to be in a position where you're happy with what you hold. But thanks as always for watching, guys. Make sure you check out the links down below if you want to check out any of these things that I've gone over. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.